Okay, so Beersmith just informed me via a really obnoxious alarm that my mash is over. So I've got my grain bag here, and it looks like nothing came out, which has happened to me before. They've broken, but get the good ones, and they won't break. Don't put more than like 9 pounds of grain per grain bag. What I'm gonna do now is just kind of squeeze the sack, and my wife's gonna put a colander there so I don't have to hold on to all this grain. And then we're gonna dunk it into about 190-degree water. That'll bring me to about 168 to 172, which is fine. We're really just going for a rinse. In my experience, anywhere 165 to 175, about 3 minutes, and then repeat the sack squeezing, and you'll have work. So here we go. Don't be afraid to squeeze. You're gonna have to hold that up there. It's a little hot, but after a little bit of getting used to, it's not too bad. Okay, you want to take the lid off the sparge water? Alright, move the colander out of the way. And right onto the sparge. I just put that in. That was 2 gallons at 190 with my 7.5 pounds of grain, and I am right up to the top. There goes my pot holder. Now, while I was off camera, I had to add some hot water to the mash. It got a little cool on me, so I ended up with, out of the mash, about 3 gallons of wort. So I'm only going to need about a gallon out of the sparge, but I will keep the rest around just in case. Plus, it could be good for a starter. So I'm going to stir my sparge and make sure I'm at temperature, and then I will combine the wort and start the boil, which is the best part, because that's when the house starts smelling wonderful. So I kind of just give these guys a good stir to rinse the grains off. And again, I'm just using a floating dairy thermometer for mash temp and stuff like that. It's pretty accurate. I've calibrated it against a couple other thermometers. Sparge, I like to kind of mix up the grain bed a little bit, get everything nice and rinsed off. Notice the more I stir both my mash and my sparge, the better efficiency I get. Like I said, I've hit 80 before. It's not my usual. My usual is around 75. I plan my recipes for 72, because that's also not unheard of. And I'm just under 160, so a little cooler than I want to be, but really it's just a rinse, so I'm not going to worry about it. What I do now is I'll take these grains out, squeeze them again, and collect my, I believe it's 4.14 gallons of wort is what I need. So I will be back when I start the boil and start my. So real quick, I forgot an important step between the mash and the boil, which is the pre-boil gravity reading. I'm a few points low, but I'm correcting temperature that's constantly dropping in here. So I'm not really worried about a few 4 or 5 points. Plus, usually I'm a little low on my pre-boil gravity readings, and right around plus or minus a point or two of my post-boil, my original gravity. So not really concerned about it. Relax. Don't worry. Have a home brew. I'm going to go weigh some hops and bringing everything to a boil here. So we'll be back soon for. Okay, so I've got my boil going. It's been going for about 9 minutes. It's a 70-minute boil. First hop addition at 60. So we're going to hear that beep in here in about a minute. And my wife's going to add hops for me. I like the 70-minute boil. It gives me a little time to get the hop break under control, drive off a little extra DMS, and it's probably going to help me today since I was low on my pre-boil gravity. Also, you can kind of see it. I have a hop bag attached. It's just a drawstring hop bag. I paper clip it to the side of the kettle. Lets me take the hops out after the boil or steep. There will be an aroma steep for this beer. Just let's go into the fermenter. You're going to lose the beer to the hop in the tube if you leave them in. So I like to put clean beer in the fermenter. So we're coming up on our hop edition. You can just go ahead and throw them in there. Um, show these nice people at home how we hop beer. Anyway, as you can see, the hops are in. I just like to stir them into the bag a little bit and let them go. And you know what? Since I started doing this, I haven't noticed any difference in utilization or anything. As long as I have a good boil, as long as I use the right amount of hops, beers come out. You know, not that I'm testing the IBU, but they come out how I would expect them to. So, I don't have anything to do for about 40 minutes on this beer. I think I have a 30 or 20 minute hop edition, then I'm going to go way out. And you all know how to boil beer, and if you don't, it's pretty simple. You boil it, you add hops at the times that the recipe indicates you're supposed to add hops. At the end of the boil, you cool it, and that's when I'll be back. I'll show you how my little double sink, I just use some running water to cool my wort down, and it works pretty well. All right, I've done my aroma steep with my knockout hops. It was a 20-minute steep, and now I have my kettle in the sink cooling with a flowing bath of fairly cool tap water, probably a little below 60. So it might take me a little longer than normal. Got some ice if I need to, but I just want to show you guys what I do. It's my kettle. You can see the extendable faucet is wrapped around and feeding cool water in, which is dumping out the other side into dish drainer sink. Ideally, not the best way to chill wort, but it works. Works best in the winter when our tap water is about 50 degrees. But even in the summer with some ice, it chills it. Okay, what I want to show you here is aerating. I ended up with a lot of extra work, which is probably why I undershot my gravity. Missed it by quite a bit, but not really concerned. It's still going to be an IPA. It's still going to be nice, light, hoppy beer. So, anyway, as you can see, my carboy is churning, but I haven't pitched yeast yet. It's got an air stone, an aquarium air stone, and hold on a second. I'm using cheap little Whisper aquarium pump. Do that for about, I don't know, 5-10 minutes till the foam gets out of control. I keep fish. I have a few aquariums, so I had one of these laying around. But that's a little pump. You can even get a smaller one, probably under $15. PetSmart, Petco, someplace like that. You got to keep it clean. I keep mine in a sanitized Ziploc bag, inside of another sanitized Ziploc bag. I always scrub and rinse and sanitize the tubing. I keep a bottle of Star San around. I'm not sure you can see it behind me actually. Spray everything down, spray Star San through it, spray it onto the little bladder intake and all over the actual housing itself. Well, my brew day is over. Yeast is pitched, beer's in the swamp cooler, and I'm enjoying a can of Sierra Nevada Pale Ale in, well, obviously my favorite beer glass. Sierra Nevada is just a classic. It's like, I don't know, soothing. Sum up everything, it went well. My third brew using Beersmith. I think I had my water volumes wrong. I was low on my pre-boil. I was low on my post-boil, my original gravity. Nothing big. I'm still right in the range for IPA. It's what I'm going for. I'm not trying to do anything exact here. So, I'm pretty happy. Took a while to cool. I
I had the kettle propped up too high in the sink, and there was hot wort sitting on top. So it took me like an extra 15-20 minutes longer than I usually do to cool off. Aside from that, everything went well. Gravity sample tasted good, what I'd expect for IPA work. Bitter, hoppy, very sweet, which is ideal. Hopefully, it'll ferment out nice and dry. Um, like I said, I had a little bit of an issue with mash temp and holding it, and I'm thinking it's going to be okay. For the most part, I was right on 150. There was a little bit that I was high, there was a little bit that I was low. Hopefully, it'll even out. Looking for a nice low final gravity. 1.013, 1.012 would be ideal for me. I think I'll get there. So thanks for watching my easy all grain brew day. I hope you guys can see that really doesn't take much more than most extract brewers have to brew all grain, even if you're just going to do small batches. Um, but I'll post some more videos on how I can do a full 5.5 gallon batch all grain in the kitchen on the stove. I'll post one of those soon, probably next time I brew. So here's to beer. Hopefully I'll have a few or so more of these by the end of the night. But for now, I'm going to go get some dinner. I'm hungry. Thanks a lot, guys. Bye.